know on Brandon yet?
Don't know yet, so he'll warm up and see how he's feeling.
Did he participate in shoot around? Or?
He did. Wasn't feeling well. Something he ate. He's not contagious. So there's no risk to anybody else if he plays, but just a stomach issue from food, most likely.
They obviously shot very poorly from three-point land in game one. What's the key to defending the three-point line?
I'm under no illusion that it was this amazing defense that forced them to miss all those threes. So, they're going to make more threes for sure. And that's fine. The most important thing is we know our game plan. We got to follow the game plan. So we're trying to, keep certain guys from certain spots that we know they like. You take the three out of transition if you don't turn the ball over. You have to make multiple efforts. When they get an offensive rebound, they kick it out. They had several of those open threes the other night. They missed. You have to fly at them and challenge. And so there's stuff that you do for sure, game plan wise, energy wise, activity wise. And then sometimes shots go in, sometimes they don't.
And Coach Kerr, you have a hometown guy in the acquisition of Jimmy Butler. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've seen him do in these playoff games on the court as well as in the huddle in the locker room?
Jimmy's an alpha. He's one of the best players in the league. He's a brute force out there attacking the rim, and he combines that force with incredible footwork and fundamental play. That's what makes him great. He never gets sped up. The game always just slows down when he gets it, and we get a good shot over and over again. He's also a great defender, and he's fearless. He loves the competition. Couldn't ask for anything more.
There's a lot of talk about Houston's young guys, but they have some solid veterans too. Not only Fred and Dylan, but they added Jeff Green and Steven Adams. What can good veterans do for a young team?
I think playoff experience is important. It's a different game. It's officiated differently. It feels different, a different level of pressure. And the vets can help mentor the younger guys and teach them, what the playoffs are about. Even in between games, when the momentum of the series is going back and forth, there's plenty to be learned from veteran players. And it's an important dynamic for sure.
Alper and Şengün had a pretty efficient night, a lot of one-on-one coverage against him. Are you guys looking to keep him from being a facilitator for this offense in the series?
Not necessarily. We have great respect for him. I mean, he's an all-star for a reason. And so we're not just abandoning him and letting him go one-on-one. We're just trying to be solid with our game plan and our coverages. And I think no matter what we do, he's gonna score a lot of points. So we just have to be consistent with what we're doing. And if the game is going well, we stay with that. And if the game is going poorly, then we change our strategy.
Steven Adams has been one of the best rebounders his entire career. Had another great rebounding season this year. Of course, on offensive boards, he's one of the best in the league. How much pressure does that put on a team, your team, when you usually got to have 2 or 3 guys just to keep them off the board?
Puts a lot of pressure on us. He's a hell of a player. We've seen him in the playoffs before. We know what he's capable of, and he's been very effective for the Rockets. So we just have to try to get a body on him and have all 5 guys participating in the attempt to get the rebound.
Brandon can't go. What's the plan?
I'm not telling.
Aside from the difference being, regular season versus playoffs, what did you see as the main differences between Steph's performance in the final regular season meeting between the Rockets and Warriors and game 1 of this postseason?
This is the NBA. 82 games, play-in game, 5 preseason games, first playoff game. it's not about comparing this game to that game. It's just, this is how it works. There's a million games, and you have some good games, you have some bad ones. A tough night for Steph. It's a great night for the Rockets. But that game was 2 weeks ago and has nothing to do with tonight or game one. Every game's different, and Steph moved on from that game pretty quickly. Thank you.
Some of the guys mentioned that just the adrenaline of playing in their first playoff game kind of sped them up a little bit. Do you anticipate that naturally going away tonight, or is there anything that you say to them to try and prevent that from happening?
Yeah, I would expect that, but I think it probably dissipated as the game went on as well. So, yeah, we played in the crowd too much, did a few uncharacteristic things, and then didn't shoot it well. So possibly part of the problem, but game two, it should be gone by now. If it was ever there.
Is there a certain amount of like the pace that you want to see in this series, or is it going to be a game by game situation?
No, we do want to play fast. Feel like we have the athletes and the youth and the energy and all those things to get out and run. But all year, defense, offense has been really good for us. So if we can get stops and get out and run, it's a good thing, obviously. But have to execute in those opportunities. And too many turnovers, or we didn't even get shots up, or missing some point blank ones. And we go 2 for 7 transition opportunities. They go 5 for 7 and dominate us there 16-14. So got to take advantage of those opportunities.
In the days leading up to this game, what was your main message to your team on like what they really needed to focus on to win this game tonight?
Yeah, a lot of things we can control, a lot of things we did well. When you shoot as poorly as we did, some of those things kind of get blown out of proportion. And I think in general, we guarded well enough to win, had some lapses with Curry communication-wise and with our switches that allowed him to get loose. But overall, go better from 3, go better from the free throw line, and don't turn the ball over and aid them with transition baskets. Give them 25 points and 16 in transition. A lot due to our turnovers, and you're in decent shape regardless of the poor shooting. And so we'll shoot it better, and to your point, calm the nerves and take care of the ball, then we can still ramp it up on the defensive end. But a big part of the message was be aggressive offensively as well, not just on the defensive end.
There was a lot of talk about your team's spacing in recent days. What do you think are the simplest or biggest fixes to those spacing woes you guys had in game one?
Yeah, know where they're going to be. They're going to load up, make guys prove it, and you got to get to your spots. And those will help avoid some of the turnovers, but also get a lot of open shots that we had and missed. And so, that's a big thing is obviously a lot of times we were cutting into each other. Guys were driving, guys were in each other's space, and we know how they're going to guard and where they're going to be and take advantage of those. And so sometimes you have to be the bait when you're penetrating, know that the crowd's there. Was the emphasis going into the series, and we didn't help with the spacing last game. Obviously, like I said, cutting into the wrong spots, and we're kind of on top of each other in the paint, no outlets.
Green and Van Vliet's numbers all season against Golden State have been down. Is there anything in particular that the Warriors have been doing against them, or is the defensive responsibilities they have taking energy away from their offensive game?
Green and Van Vliet. You said Green? Did you say Green?
Green and Van
Green. Well, Jalen, they're definitely trapping him. They've done that quite a few times in a few games. And then when he does have an advantage, mismatch-wise, they load up and try to take him off his spots. And so nothing we haven't seen from a lot of teams that guard him this way. And for him, it's being patient. Like I said, you have to loosen him up with the pass and let other guys be the recipient, and you'll free yourself for those opportunities. I think Fred just missed some wide open shots, honestly. I don't think they're doing anything different there than he's seen all year as well.
Coach, in your opinion, what needs to improve with this team first and foremost tonight?
Improve with our team? Make shots.
Same 5? Same starting 5?
Yes.
In game one, I believe you guys lost the non-Steph Curry minutes 16-5. What do you need to do differently tonight to take advantage of those minutes where he's not on the floor?
Yeah, we could have guarded Podziemski and Butler better. I think they were too free and a little bit too comfortable. And well, obviously, Butler had a good game. Podziemski hit some timely shots and got him going a little bit there. So, yeah, that was a big thing with us is being physical, not just with Curry, with the others. And, you know, they got to rest him at some point, and you should take advantage of those minutes. And I think game plan-wise, what we want to do with Butler, we got away from a little bit, sending him certain directions and, you know, having certain matchups on him. So he got a little bit too comfortable.
After back here, after you watched the video, what did you think of Iman's first playoff game and how he sort of his poise on the stage at 22?
It was okay. I think defensively solid. You know, he lost track of Curry a few times. He relaxed when he got off the ball, and that's an emphasis going into the series for everybody, not just Iman. Missed some easy shots, some point blank ones. You know, missed two dunks or close to dunks, and that's unusual for him, obviously, with his athleticism. So. If you want to say jitters is part of it, I guess that might have been, but you know, we figure he'll put those in more often than not, miss a tip in and different things like that. But solid overall, obviously could be better and needs to be better.